Southern Belle all the way. Wears a hat to church each Sunday, and she's a great shot with a gun. She loves golf and golfing tournaments. She's an amazing presenter of professional development. Michael and Dobson and Taylor are her family, and she loves marine biology. So congratulations, Palmer, Palmer Ball, on your Ken White Award. But just spending time with Palmer is NBOA's reward. That's right, spending time with Palmer is everyone's reward. And now to present the 2015 NBOA Ken White Distinguished Business Officer Award is NBOA Board Chair